The first game to have a Bugatti Chiron with crazy customization. Yes, we've had Forza wings. Yes, we've had, I don't know, painting it, something or other. But we've never had this extensive of customization before. All created in-house by Ivory Tower. The Bugatti Chiron is here. I could finally see if this is the best thing off-road. Just like it was in TDU 2, the Bugatti Veyron Super Sport was top-notch when it came to off-roading. Everything in that game, it was stable, it was crazy, it was amazing, and finally it's back, so we get to have another rivalry reborn in this game. So I'm definitely going to do more videos on this car. But I wanted to show you that there are 24 bumper options for the Bugatti, and they're all custom made, and they look insane. This is not only just a crazy Bugatti with crazy modifications to do with the bumpers and to do with the hoods. Obviously debatable on what you want there, but wide body, not one, but two wide bodies on a Bugatti Chiron. Different wheels, official wheels. Then you got off the aftermarket wheels on there. I'm just excited. Like, when I saw this, I was like, no. And I jumped in and I saw the customizations, like, no. It's amazing. People have been requesting it in response to every tweet they'd ever post. People are like, we want the Chiron, we want the Chiron, we want the Bugatti. They've gone and done it. Now kids can come in and enjoy it, but also grown-ups, because there's modification. I'm kidding. But seriously, you can come in and enjoy the Bugatti Chiron now with a big meaty boy on it. Or you can go with the standard one. It's got some absolutely insane customization. It's honestly amazing that Bugatti even allowed this. Generally, if you didn't know, manufacturers have to approve modifications done to their cars. So when they get the license and they go, okay, we need to modify it, they're usually like, no, you're not modifying it. AKA Ferraris in Need for Speed, for example. You couldn't even change the wheels, I don't believe, which was like, what? Well, this game, they've gone next level and allowed us to do everything we probably would ever want to do on a Bugatti Chiron. So there you go. It looks monstrous. Now, obviously, you can change the color, play on the colors. You've got the standard colors available. I personally think the blue suits it the best, especially when it's got like a black hood or a carbon hood. The black looks, oh, it looks demony, and I would love to see that with like some, you know, little blue accents around the car, very thin kind of blue lines. That would be amazing. I just wanted to kind of show all the colors. We've got the matte colors, we've got the anodized colors. But I also really wanted to try the iridescent colors, because the iridescent colors obviously add a little bit of a different flavor to it. I didn't really particularly like any of them so much, but again, for those that want to see them, they're there and available for you. Now, I didn't only just want to do visual customizations to the body, to the paint. I wanted to jump into the livery editor, just because I wanted to show you, give you an idea of what you can do around the car, because obviously in this game, you want to, you know, there's a lot of parts that say you want to paint. You can't paint except by going into the vinyl editor. It's like that of Forza or whatever and any other game we've played. But I wanted to jump in and show you areas that you can paint extra that you wouldn't normally be able to paint with just the paint, if that makes sense. So I put a few bits on it. I put like a sticker on there, but that's pretty much all I did to the extent of everything. Other than that, as I said, I put a few more bits around just to kind of see what we can get out of play of the Bugatti Chiron. But the fact it's here, I didn't know, like, it surprised me. It genuinely surprised me that this car has popped up in the game. I thought, I know obviously some vehicles were coming, but the amount of vehicles they've added, what happened to the car pass? It doesn't make sense to me. Like, the car pass, is it required? No, it's not. But it's so confusing as to what car comes with the car pass, what car comes with the update, that kind of thing. But this area here, you can actually paint over with a sticker. So I tried to match it again with the blue, because that looked awesome when I did that. Really happy with how that turned out. You can get, obviously with the light we saw a little bit earlier, you can get the blue strip along the light as well, which definitely added to it. But I think overall, it's a stunning, you know, I take the Michael out of the Bugatti Chiron. I dig at it so hard because it doesn't turn, but the fact it's here and the fact we get to now play with this vehicle, showing there you can actually paint the wing mirrors, which is very nice indeed. But the fact it's here, I get to play with it and play with it in my own way in this game, where I can make this car front wheel drive, I can make it rear wheel drive, I can make it an off-road monster, I can do whatever I want to this car now, and there's customization. It's a wide body. Because if it wasn't wide enough already, a wide body Bugatti Chiron. See what I did there? Anywho, playing around with the interior and everything. I wanted to get the absolute most out of this because I'm grateful. I'm grateful. It's 60 FPS as well because we're playing on the PC version here for the recorded event, which was very nice. They gave us a nice little setup. But it's now time to see what it's actually like. Because let's be real, if it's all show and no go, what's the point? So anyway, we turn off the music, and I shall now. Oh, look at all the exhaust! It sounds meaty. Yes, indeed. It sounds like a meaty boy. I wouldn't particularly say it sounds like the car it should. It's close. I guess it's hard to replicate that engine note, especially when the fact that it's so different to like everything else. It's got a unique engine setup. But they did a great job. It feels amazing. This is in kilometers, so you know I'm not going 400 miles an hour. It's in euros, if you will. But it feels good to drive. It's stable. It's cool. You can throw it into corners at high speeds. And the balance of it is set up really weirdly in the fact that the balance is generally, naturally, pretty all-wheel drive. As in, when you usually get an all-wheel drive car, there's usually a lot of bias to the rear. This is the case here. It's got a bit more bias to the rear. But it feels as if, I don't know if this is realistic to real life. We'll find out when I do some research. But yeah, generally it's pretty well balanced, even though generally a lot of all-wheel drive cars mostly have a lot of more rear power by stock anyway. But again, this is the Crew 2. We can change that, which I do play around with in a little bit. But I was just enjoying my time driving around in my Bugatti Chiron, which actually looks menacing. Absolutely menacing. It looks I wish this body kit was real, genuinely. How amazing would that be? I think that'd be pretty incredible. So anyway, jumping into the menu, everything here is 320. They upgraded it, so I wanted to bring it down to show you kind of what the stock value would be of the Bugatti Chiron when you first jump into it. Obviously, it's not going to stay stock for very long. It's incredibly easy to get up to the next level, but it's in euros, so I'm going to fix it. So there you go. You get euros output if you want that as well. So here you go. 1500 horsepower, and it says 248. We know that it's going to go faster than that. We know that as soon as you max it out, it's probably going to be among the fastest of cars in this game. Surely that makes sense. I don't know about you, but to me, you would think it would be one of the fastest vehicles. That's kind of the point of the Bugatti Chiron. Anyway, but obviously when you have the leveling system in the game, everything kind of needs to be balanced. But there's always that one or two cars that kind of are slightly, you know, faster in the class, and straight away you can see the difference of me playing around with that dial. I've made it definitely much more front-wheel drive biased, and the front wheels just begin to spin, and I feel like I have no control whatsoever. But it does eventually pick up speed, and we have more stability than normal. I say stability. We have stability in a straight line. If you start to turn it, then you have none. It does feel like we made it a majority front-wheel drive car. So I think, as I said, it's got pretty decent balance of the stock value. If you move to the right, it won't necessarily make it rear-wheel drive as such like some of the other cars, because a lot of the cars, the middle is all-wheel drive, the right and the left obviously are the varying kind of the peak points of each, but this car's a little bit different. So maybe we can't make it properly rear-wheel drive, but if we can play around with that on a video, we're definitely going to do that because it's required. You know, it's a car that I've been wanting to be in this game. Like it or not, it's a good car to be in the game for the simple fact of just playing with cars. The amount we can do in this game, it means that I would love to see even the worst cars come to this game. It just makes sense to me. And that guy really needs to show he's doing my bloody nothing. Yeah, I did know that. We all know that. So obviously this is a dev build. They've basically got I think they did the introduction and probably unlocked everything by like a command. So a lot of the early stuff and early cutscenes and early speaking and stuff is in the game. Oh, and another quick thing that you might not have actually noticed. Obviously, I reset everything here. The damage model, the damage is shown on the menus now. So the damage model has been reworked on, from what I remember, all like everything. Everything's been reworked because of the fact that they've, you know, wanting to do the Demolition Derby thing, but they thought, you know, we need to do a bit of damage on the normal cars as well. I personally don't care about damage on cars, except for the fact of the Demo Derby cars, because if you haven't seen that, oh my lord. But for this normal street racing cars, in my thumbnails and stuff, I'm always just going to repair it. And any chance I get, I'm just going to repair it. I don't like looking at a damaged car. I don't know if that's just me, but I would much prefer a nice, pristine car that I haven't smashed up. I haven't made look bad. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed and you want to see more of the crew too, you know what to do. Smash that like button, subscribe if you are new, and the Widebody Chiron is here. Peace.